Hello you guys, welcome back to brand new vlog. I have not vlogged in ages and I have definitely a number of excuses for myself. First and foremost, to vlog and to share, you need some type of motivation, relaxed state of being, which I did not really have. I started to work and I'm still troubling to juggle the work together with the private life, being a mom. Leia is still staying only just 5 hours in the daycare, and basically I work 4 hours, but included my drive to the work and back, I never really managed to come back when she is at home. Means that I am always stressed out when returning back. The first year of daycare can be a very challenging one, especially if the kid is not accepting the daycare as expected. I've talked about it enough on this channel. It took forever, and now that she's sort of used to the daycare, she still is not staying most of the times like full term, because some days she's upset, some days she's just feeling sick, which is pretty common the first year. And you have to bridge those times as well, and mostly my husband does that, which obviously raises the tension between our relationship. Just wanted to give you a little glimpse of the challenges that we have been having between this constant discussions and disputes and stressed out state. I really did not really feel like to take camera in hand. I've been really wanting to do something for my hobby. You guys know that I don't earn anything from this channel. This is tiny channel, not with a big of subscription or turnover when it comes to people watching it. In addition to that, there has been this critical situation in my country post-election, which went ridiculously bad in Georgia. That number of proofs that the elections were rigged against the people of Georgia, who are now taking this fight onto the street because there is nothing else left for us against our pro-Russian government, who is using the force on the streets to fight these young children who fight for their rights and freedoms, but most importantly for the future of our country. That's our historic way towards Europe and Western ideals and values. Watching that, with work and then small kid at home, where I want to raise her without, screen time at her age. And then post her bedtime, I've been hooked on the Georgian television channels, watching instead of resting, and then being zombie on next morning once again. I feel like I rambled now enough, but hopefully gave you a little overview how I've been feeling. That definitely shows as well on my skin, but this is the least problem of all, I would say. This is something that you can cover up and pretend that it's not there. It's already 1 o'clock. And I'm having artificial lights on because it's so gloomy and dark outside. We're having second advent already tomorrow. I can't even believe where the time went. Yesterday, I got some, Christmas decorations from my florist. I asked them to do the Christmas wreath for the door and some centerpiece for the table. I put up the Christmas tree. I don't have any footage with regards to it. I did it as well in a whim, in the most non-Christmassy atmosphere ever, in the evening, being dead tired, without any Christmas music or anything like that. But it is as it is this year. As told, it's 1 p.m. and I've been through hell a lot, because usually Falco takes over the early mornings during the week, because otherwise I don't manage to be at my work in the morning. It's usually me who takes over the morning duty on weekends. So I've been up since 7 a.m. and when she's awake, you can't really do much, for your own hobby or pleasure. So then later on, when Falco stood up, we bathed her, we fed her. Now she's napping. During her nap, I went out, digged out some old plant that's already frozen, it's winter time, but I did not manage to take it out and throw away. And I sorted out some garbage, took them out, all the things. Jealous of the people who managed to do so much together with the kids, but I feel like that I am very limited during the time when Leia is awake. Feel very unproductive, to be honest. And whilst I'm cleaning one corner, she's already messing up all the other sides of the area where we are at, which is absolutely normal. I feel also very pity for her because in winter it's so difficult to take her anywhere, and if she's not going to Kita, which for example yesterday she was not because the daycare told us that she's sick, she was coughing, to keep her home. It gets very, very boring for her to be at home whole day. I have once a week an activity at the parents' school. I don't know if I translate it word by word, that's how it is called. And sometimes I directly go from work there to do that little, play group class. And we have few parents that we know here, but I don't know, somehow it's very difficult to arrange schedules. Other kids sleep different times than mine does. Some parents have few children and they already are entertained on their own at home. So we manage some catch-ups, but it's not regular. And as told, the days when we are at home, I feel like quite struggling. Anyhow, the base is done and I have the brow on. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of contour, but the rest of the makeup I'm gonna finish downstairs because I got a few new bits and bobs in my makeup category that I definitely would want to share with you. So I'm gonna take you down and we continue from there. What I wanted to show you were the Rhode products, and those are new. I got them from my best friends. I wished for those, and as always, when something new arrives, I'm hooked on the new item and want to use it all the time. And this is what I've been having with this pocket blush, which is in color Freckle. It's very pigmented and very creamy. I can't say anything bad about it, except the fact that it's a little bit plasticky. The packaging is not that high-end as, for example, the Westman Atelier one, but it's just a matter of taste as well, probably. The color is sort of like bricky peach, neutral peach. I think that's how the webpage described it. You can see simple swipe over with the finger is already enough to blend it out. Still loving my Buxom lip liners, by the way. The other one, which was in color Deep Rose or Rich Rose, already finished, so I definitely want to repurchase that one. I managed to finish it, and it's not very often, I must admit. There are plenty of lipsticks in my collection that are since few years just laying around because I always get something new and then get caught up in a moment of using the other one, sort of abandoning the old. I don't know if you can see the color. It's somewhat, I don't know, like mauve, called I think Toast. Yes, you guys, I just put on the fake lights again. I don't know if it helps, but this way you can see the full makeup on. I did all of that just to go to my nail salon. Before that happens, I wanted to give you a showcase of how our living room looks currently. Please excuse that side. Falco is just taking a nap. He's, I don't know, chronically tired, whatever, because of the work and all the stuff that I retold. You guys remember that we have a little picture hanging on this spot, right? I exchanged it with this advent calendar thingy, which I got from Firm Living. It's not the standard one, it's just with 4 pockets, so for actual advent days. And I got some little gifts for both Falco and Leia. Falco is not very fond of advent gifting. He considers it like part of this huge consumerism, to be frank. But not to go into the depth of our discussions with regards to that. I think it's last time that I do it with him, but I would probably continue doing this gifting stuff with Leia because I consider it nice. Let's see, I mean, if she won't like it in the future, then I won't, but it doesn't make sense to do it with someone who doesn't really like it. Here we have the Christmas tree. This time we put it on that spot, and the Vasily chair that usually resides there just went upstairs to our bedroom, which we are not using because, you know, I really loved the usual spot of having the Christmas tree over here. You could see it from upstairs as well because of the open staircase, but that would mean that we would have to limit this play area. On this side you can see this huge flower arrangement. It's not really a flower, but different type of greens because we don't have the real Christmas tree. I wanted at least to have something in the vase. It's pretty dangerous with Jamesy, so we have to remember each evening to put this away in the guest bedroom, otherwise he starts to chew on it and can get sick. But I considered it worthy enough of the effort to have at least something beautiful like that. It's so dark. We have the little portable lamps on all over, and this corner looks a little bit messy because of me filming. The centerpiece that I talked about is just here. This is, to be frank, my least favorite of all that my florist did, because it still looks like borderline grandma's house. I don't know what I exactly was expecting. The bowl is from Within Mood, but I actually wanted it to be even more plain than it is. You know, I feel like that they used different kind of plants, and somehow, I don't know, it's had too much for my eye. The newest addition to my cozy little homey details is this diptych candle in figurine. I actually really love the smell of it. It's actually not very wintry, but rather more autumnal smell. And I wanted it really long, but I felt like that this year I did not really burn my candles enough. And now that I finally finished the by Rhode Bibliothèque, I went ahead and got this one. Apart from that, I have few more decor items purchased, ordered, that are still on the way. I know we are a little bit late for decorating for Christmas, but it's better than not at all, right? So Leia just woke up from almost 1 hour and 40 minutes uninterrupted nap, which is so unusual, you guys. You have no idea, especially that now she's not breathing very well, has a little bit of cold. I was not expecting it. She usually wakes up around the mark of 40 minutes, and if I'm lucky, I manage to turn her sleep around and lay her back down and stand up once again. But this way I could create some content together with you. Now I have to leave. It's raining outside, but before I do that, I wanted to quickly do the bed behind me. I know it's not very smart to do the bed in the middle of the day, especially that we have to go back to bed in about 5 hours time. But you guys, I'm one of those people who cannot live with living that situation. I would be curious, are you team made bed, or, you know, people who leave it a bit more flapped up, but not really fully made? It's probably part of the culture and growing up. It's a mindset for me to start anything with just first making the bed. This is the compromise that I can live with. Leia anyway slept on the upper part of the bed, so I just tried to put the linen cover at the back side and fluff up the pillows so that it looks semi-done.